Hello? Oh my goodness, I missed a piece of hair over here. I hate when I do that. Well, welcome everybody. Sorry for the late start. We are having heavy rain here in my area, and it's supposed to come with high winds. So I'm hoping that we don't have any actual tech issues tonight. So far, so good. Um, it all looks fine. I was working on some other stuff, and time got away from me. Um, but here we are. So, how's everybody been? Ooh, that was a really big thunder, too. Oh my gosh. So, tonight's a big night for me because, as the title for this live stream, I am going to be working on book 3 in the Guardians of the Sixth Gate series, which I'm super excited about. I'm still finishing my setup. I like to track my words as I go. I haven't always done that, but since I've published anyway, it's just a really good way to keep track of my progress. So I'm going to do that with my planner. That's where I keep all that information. I have my tea. I have my tea ready to go. So my voice stays nice and clear. We've had enough things blow through. Speaking of high winds, living in the plains means that it's always windy here, for one, always. And that's what makes things cold. But also, because our weather has been back and forth between cold and warm, all these things have blown through that have sprouted up in areas, and everyone's getting sick again. So I've noticed some allergy things coming on, and I'm trying to avoid the allergy things. So here's to hoping that the rest of the week doesn't catch up with me. So, how is everybody? Jen's here. Hello, Jen. Jen is going to be working on Project Luck, which is book 2 in the Arrowmount series. And that book, that first book, comes out May 11th, right, Jen? I'm super excited. Oh my gosh. I've been listening to you talk about it for so long. So it's definitely built up the suspense. I cannot wait for that book to come out. So how's everybody else? I think right now it just might be the two of us. Somebody else popped on a second ago. And I did post a minute ago that we are still live because I was a couple minutes past. So hopefully those guys will come back around to us. Jen says, it's been almost a year now. It's time for it to come out. I have a couple projects like that I'll get back around to, I hope, eventually. I'm super excited to start on this book. I had planned to do a little bit this afternoon, and I was doing some other planning instead, which is good. I actually got most of the month planned out a little bit better than I normally do. So my newsletter, which will have everything in it for this coming month, with Patreon, YouTube, what I'm working on, that'll come out Wednesday because it's the 1st of March. Cannot believe it's March, but it is March. So I am trying to prep the month, and today, instead of starting on this draft, I spent more time planning out the month. So I think it's going to pay off in the long run, but I'm super excited. I cannot wait any longer to start on this book. So we are going to do that tonight. It's the last book in this series. I have a spinoff planned with a character that comes in this second one, which is out in May, Shade of the Shadowlands, that comes out May 30th. And there's a character that gets introduced in that series and some other details that then go to a different series. You could read them completely separate and it would still all make sense. But you don't catch the Easter eggs if you did that. So I am super excited to get to that series, and a little nervous and excited to wrap up this one. So last book in the series, and I'm stressing a little about making sure all the details fit the way I need it to. So I think that maybe it is a good time to jump into our first sprint, especially since I was running a little behind. That way we don't lose too much extra time. So our first sprint, we will have 20 minutes on the clock. I have that up and ready. So let me pull our timer up. Oops, not that one. There we go. I think I do this every single time. Okay, that looks much better. Okay, so we're gonna do 20-minute sprints, and I will catch you guys here in a minute. So hopefully I'm at more words than 0. So good luck to you guys. Let's sprint. All right, so one sprint in. How'd everybody do? I guess I should count up my words, right? So my word count says 445 words, which sounds really great for just starting this book, but some of that was already in there because I did the front matter. So there was like 160 or something words there before I started writing because it was all like the dedication, the copyright page, things like that are left with fill in the blanks. So I'm doing okay. I had to kind of reacquaint myself a little bit with where we left off, make sure I had the little details right, who's where and such before I could really dive into the scene. And now we're going. So I think sprint number 2 will probably go a little quicker, but pretty happy with that first sprint. I'm just really excited to be writing this book now. Yes, last book in the series. Jen says, got about 700 words down. Woo, you are cooking. That's a pretty good amount. Oh my gosh. So every so often I can hear the thunder come through. So we're supposed to get really heavy rains and really heavy winds tonight. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't knock out our connection. It shouldn't, because we got really most of the city, but it started in our area when the internet update came through. So we should be good, but occasionally something rolls through and things get spotty. So hopefully everything will be good. So helps having a previous draft. Yes, for sure. I know when I get around to some of my other projects on the back burner, I know those will go quick because I have written them so many times and they've been in my brain forever that I know every detail. So, it's going to be a lot easier to write when I get back around to it. So, this week I got, let's see. So, Jen, you raved so much last week in your video about N.K. Jemisin that I went and I got N.K. Jemisin. So it is on my shelf to read, but I'm still finishing Percy Jackson. So I'm about halfway into the series. I'm almost done. Things should start calming down a bit for me now. I don't have as much going on in March, which is super nice, aside from writing this book. But things calm down a little bit, so I should be able to speed read through it and get to that book, but I am super excited. Oh my gosh, you really built it up to be amazing. And I mean, Jemisin is very has a lot of accolades and stuff, so very good author. I'm thinking that this is more of a draft 1.5. Yeah. Not a full draft 2 because it's mostly just me fixing the not finished part of the draft. Yeah. And putting the story in order. That's still not so bad though, because it'll still go a little quicker. You have a lot of the pieces there. So 1.5 maybe. That's not so bad. I am so excited that you got the books. I hope you enjoy it. It's a bit of a time to get used to the narration, but it's brilliant. It does seem to be how do I explain it? I was going to say that the writing seems to be an older style. It's not, it's very detailed. It's not, just from what I flipped through, it looks more detailed. I'm also used to reading a lot of YA. Even really good YA books are not written the way that was. So, yeah, but it looks amazing. I'm so excited to read that. It'll be a nice break also from all of the young adult stuff I'm reading. I need a change of pace in there. So I cannot wait to read that. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh no, my computer keeps telling me I have too many tabs open. I would suggest the audiobook too. It is so good. See, I thought about just getting the audiobook version, but I decided that I wanted to have it in front of me also because it seemed like it was a book I was going to have to pay pretty close attention to get all the details for the series. Plus, I thought I would like it so much I'd want the copy on my shelf anyway, so I went ahead and bought it. But I do have some Audible credits that I've actually thought about maybe getting both and doing both the audiobook and the physical book. So I may end up doing that. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Okay. I almost forgot to save my draft. That would not have been very good. Oh, I guess I do probably need to go through and delete some of these tabs. Oh my goodness. I'm one of those people that always has a million tabs open, even the ones I'm not using right now, like actively using, they're still up. I did both audiobook and physical book. I like to read that way. When I read classics, or when I was reading classics for class where I needed to analyze them a little closer, it was super helpful to hear it and read it. So it depends on the book, but I also like doing that. That's one of my favorite ways um, to read also. But audiobooks are expensive. So I don't read that way super often, but I do a lot of audiobooks. I have the Audible subscription, and it has definitely paid off for me because I use it well worth that. So definitely will consider that. Okay. So 8:57. Let's go ahead and jump into our second sprint, shall we? I am so excited. Um, I feel like I've just sunk my teeth into this opening scene, so now I feel like we're moving somewhere. So I'm really excited to dive back into it. Keeps me doubly focused. Yes, it keeps me doubly focused. I have a hard time focusing on tasks. I do like these sprints really helps. I need something that my mind can kind of float back and forth between. So having two projects going at once, something to keep my hands busy and something for my brain usually works really well. So if I have the physical book, there's that. And then when my brain wanders, I still have the audio. So it's also it also helps me a lot too, which is why I do that, which is why I did that for classics for school or anything I read for school. That way I would have most of it in my brain still, more than sometimes when I read. Um, so that is a good trick. I've told when I was teaching English, that's what I would tell a lot of my students was to listen to it. Okay. So we have our second sprint banner. There we go. Let me reset the timer here. We're going to do another 20-minute sprint. Hopefully, we will get quite a bit written here. And let's go. See you in 20 minutes. All right. So where am I? Oh my gosh. Okay. 910 words. All right. So we're getting towards the 1,000 mark. Pretty good. Oh, I was right in the middle of a really good sentence before we ended. So, in a really good place. Things definitely are coming along a lot smoother now. So, I'm in tornado warning. Holy moly. So, Abby also lives in the same state as I do. So, I wonder if I'm in a tornado warning. It is a little early in the season. Typically, in Oklahoma through Tornado Alley and such, usually tornado season is more like March, April, but it's not unheard of to have them earlier. We have had tornadoes in the fall, so fun. I might need to look at that. I know I can hear that the rain has picked up, but as far as the winds don't sound too bad. So hopefully we're still good here. I hope so. I'm just going to keep on working, and surely I will get a notification on one of the many devices here if things have changed. So, yes, 910 words, and I'm in the first chapter still. Let's see, let me take a look at this. Yeah, so if I get the first chapter done tonight, that probably would be good because I don't think I'll be able to get very far into the second one. I think really I'm just going to be able to do this first introductory scene. Jen says, holy bananas. I've gotten another 1,400. Holy moly words. That's great. Man, you really are moving tonight. You're doing a lot of stuff today. Jen, have you been writing all day? I know the last couple weeks you were writing during the day before we ever had our stream. So are you still doing that, or has that changed since you've moved on to Project Luck? Oh gosh, now I really can hear the rain. I may have to look outside here in a minute. So, oh my goodness. I am so tired, guys. Finn woke up extra early this morning, and I was up late last night. So I am not fully prepared, I think, for what going into work tomorrow is going to feel like. Not super excited about that. I think I'm going to be a little more exhausted than normal. That's okay. It'll be fine. Oh, I got a comment on one of my videos. So if you guys haven't seen this week's vlog yet, it is up on my YouTube channel. Somebody just commented about the fact that I got locked out, which I did. I got locked out of my house, and Finn, who is 3, got locked inside. So I had to explain to a 3-year-old how to unlock the door, and he did pretty quickly, but it was cold, and I was terrified for a minute that I was going to be locked out. So Jen says, not today. I did yesterday a bit. Today I was at mom and dad's for dinner, which I usually am on Sundays. I usually do Sunday dinners with my parents also, but since we had Finn's birthday party yesterday, we didn't do dinner today. So Finn turned 3 on Thursday. That's his birthday, is the 23rd. And yesterday we had a kind of like a family birthday party. It was really fun. So that is why, speaking of live stream things, that's why I missed yours, Jen. Just as we wrapped up and everyone left our house, I noticed that I'd gotten the notification for it and it had just ended. So I missed that, but I am definitely catching next week's. So super excited for that because hopefully by that point I will be into Saturday, something like chapter 6 or 7. I would love, but we'll see. My mom got me locked in our vacation. Oh gosh. Had to get a neighborhood kid to climb in through a window. Oh my gosh. It is scary. I wasn't too terribly worried. It was funny. My husband Alex was really sweet and he ordered DoorDash for us. So as I'm at the backyard, I had my phone with me, thankfully, and I got a notification that the DoorDash was at the front door. And so I was in the process of trying to go around the house to the poor DoorDash lady, thinking, I don't know what, maybe she could do something. I don't know. And she'd already driven off. So my DoorDash was stuck outside. I was stuck outside. And thankfully, it was only like maybe 5 minutes. It really was not long. He figured out how to unlock it pretty quick. But yes, we have a like garage keypad, but the problem is that when we got the new garage door opener, it has like an automatic deadbolt on it that it shouldn't affect the keypad, but I don't think the keypad is hooked up to the garage door yet, maybe, or something along those lines because it won't work. And so I did try that and it wouldn't let me in. So I was stuck. But in the future, that won't be an issue because we do have that key code on the garage, so I can get in through there. So not too bad. Not terrible. Future will be better. We live and we learn. This week's was a lot earlier than usual because I had an appointment. Next week will be around 1. All right. That sounds good. That's usually what it is, isn't it? 1 or 1:30, something like that. Either way, I'm always on the lookout. I've always put it on my calendar for the week. So, just because I am getting kind of tired and the storm is definitely ramping up, I think we're going to go ahead and move into our third sprint, which is also our final sprint. Make sure you are subscribed to my newsletter because Wednesday is when the newsletter will go out for the month and it'll have like all of my plans for March. So everything will be there, including my ideas for YouTube videos. I'm still playing with a couple. I'm not sure if I'll do them yet, but I'll have them finalized by Wednesday. So if you haven't done that, go over to amyprokopis.com and subscribe there. So we are going to go ahead and jump into our final 20-minute sprint for the night. It was nice just to get started on this book. Man, I was excited just to get some words on the page. All right. So 20 minutes on the clock. I will see you then. Good luck. Sprint. Alrighty. Yes, so June did make an appearance. She doesn't do super well in storms. She does okay on her own, but what dog likes them? So she came in here because game night's still going on down there. So she came to sit with me. The rain already sounds like it's gone away. I don't know so much for the wind, but I don't hear it. But I did, right as we started our stream, I got an alert that we are in a tornado warning. So, from what I can tell, we're on like the outskirts of all of it, though. So, it's really just precautionary. So, in Oklahoma, it's fairly normal this time of the year to be in a tornado warning. Basically, everyone just goes about normal business and you don't start running for cover until you see a funnel. So, not concerned about it. That was our last sprint for the night. I really, really want to write more, and I probably will just because I'm kind of on a kick. I think I might check in with them though, and maybe move to like get snuggled in a blanket. I might get more comfortable, but I know I will probably regret it in the morning, but I am just fully invested in what I'm writing right now. And when things are just going well, sometimes you go with it. So even though I may be a little exhausted in the morning, I think I will be in meetings most of the day. So I don't think I need to be too on my game. So let's see. My overall word count is 1,313 words. So that is what, I started the book tonight, so that's what I'm at total. But just like I said at the beginning of the stream, some of that is the front matter. So dedication, all of the cover information, that stuff is also included in that. So it's not exactly accurate, but I did hit the 1,000-word mark. So, woohoo! The first 1,000 words. That is great. Super excited about that. Bella is the same. She goes into a super vibration anxiety. Oh, she doesn't like the storms. Poor Bella. No. I think most dogs do that though. Jen is ending the stream with an added 2,403 words. Wow. You did really well this stream. We love when the writing is flowing. Stick with it. Monday morning, you will deal with it later. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I think I'm just going to go with it and at least get to a stopping point in this first chapter. I'm fairly close to a stopping point. So I think I'll at least get to that point. We'll do that. That's my plan anyway. And I got an update from my cover artist. Woo! I would be too. That is so exciting. Everything feels more real when I have cover art or story art for the book. That makes it feel more official to me than just some book I have in my brain that I'm publishing. Plus, it's something to show off to people. People get more excited, I think, when you have the cover art because it seems more, I guess, real. It seems closer to being finished. So congrats. I cannot wait to see some of that art. I know you said you have a friend doing it that had done art for you in the past, and some of that artwork is beautiful. So I am really excited for you. It'll be a fun journey. The first one is always a learning process, but I'm sure it's going to be great. I cannot wait. I am so amped to have it and show everyone. Woo, that'll be exciting. Man, Shade of the Shadowlands goes to my editor this week. And I actually just heard back from my cover designer also. I don't think I updated you guys on that in the vlog this week, but I did hear back from my cover designer, and she is starting in like mid-March, I think. Yeah. So I should also have covered information super soon. I should have it all back right before my first book signing for this year, which is exciting. So I'll be able to reveal it just in time to go and promote my book in person. So pretty good timing. So I think, let's see, it is about 10 o'clock. We don't normally stay past 10. I wish that I was in a place in my life that I could do longer streams because I would totally go for another sprint. But this is about as long as I can go, especially with how exhausted I am right now. So I think we're gonna leave it there for the night. But thank you guys for joining me, even though we started a little late and there was storms and stuff. So I wasn't sure exactly how this would go. But thank you guys for coming along with me. And we will do this next week. I already have it on the books. I'm going to schedule it here in just a minute. So I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.